Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Hi, how are you? I am here with Kate Lauren. She also has her own YouTube channel, so we decided to do a little collaboration. Yes. I'm super excited. We actually just filmed hers and then watched it back and realized that we all looked
humongous,
really overweight. So we're gonna try to sit. Yeah, we're gonna try to sit up really straight and be really professional and beautiful on this one. So what we're gonna chat about today is what is the difference between being in love and loving someone. And I guess we can throw in a little lust in there also.
Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to do this YouTube video is because all of February, obviously if you've watched any of my YouTube channels, you know I'm obsessed with love. And so all of February I was asking people what they thought the difference was, whether they were single, in relationships, and the responses I got, honestly, complete opposite sides of the spectrum. They were all over the board, and I found that so interesting. And so at the end of the day, we're going to chat about it a little bit, girl talk, but at the end of the day, the difference between love and being in love with someone, really, there wasn't really an answer. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna make this good. But really, there's so many different types of love. Let's say we're gonna put it on a spectrum of 1 to 10, and really just knowing what kind of love you're looking for and what you're willing to settle for. And it was really scary. I think a lot of people in the world settle for a 7 when they're looking for a 10. So just know, what kind of love do you want? What are you willing to wait for? Because if you're looking for a 10, it's going to take you a little bit longer, and having the patience to do so. So I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
Ready, Kate?
Okay.
What kind of love are you looking for?
So I think, and you know, it's funny because I hadn't really thought about this a lot until we decided to do the video. So it's been a good exercise for me. I think what I'm really looking for is one of those kind of 1 + 1 = 3 situations. And by that I mean that when both people in a relationship are together, both of them are made better by the relationship and by the other person. So that involves the other person inspiring you, making you want to be better, bringing out the best in you. And I think that's the kind of deep love that I'm looking for, is something where there is more of, I guess, a mutual engagement, and that the dynamic that the relationship brings out makes both people the absolute best versions of themselves. And I think what makes that different from love is that, to me, if you love someone, it's a bit more passive and a bit more about the respect and appreciation that you have for them, whether it is a friend or a romantic partner, a family member. Whereas when it comes to being in love, it has to do more with how the person kind of makes you feel and the dynamic that you get from your time with them.
100%. I mean, I've loved many, many people. I like to love people, and it's true, when you love someone, you want the best for them. Yeah. And it's about them and the care and love you give them. But when you're in love, I actually was at a wedding, and someone had said that the best relationships are when both couples think that they couldn't do any better.
And both feel like they're the luckiest person in the world.
Exactly. And so that's exactly what I'm looking for. You know, I'm looking for my equal. I want to think that he is the most amazing man on earth, and I want my children to be like him, and know that I couldn't do any better, and I wouldn't, and I'm the luckiest person on earth to be with him. And just the feeling in my heart with that person, you know, we speak the same language, we just get each other, and we're there for one another and balance each other out.
Yeah, and I think it has to do with fit. Because, again, like, if you love someone, it's about how you feel about them, whereas fit is really about how the two of you work together. And someone else could date that very same guy, and they could not feel the same way, not because they have any less respect for the person, but because the fit isn't quite as, I guess, rich as it would be if they were really the right people for each other.
Yeah, and there really is no right answer, so go out there and find the love that you're looking for. But another question before we head out, do you believe in soulmates?
I do. It's funny, you were talking about this last night. I mean, my belief in soulmates is more about that there are people that you have a special connection with, and it could be romantic partners, it could be friends, those people that you really click with, and that you feel like you've known them for longer than you have. I don't necessarily know if that dates back to prior lives. Like, I don't even know what I believe in that sphere of things. I know you have a much better kind of sense of that. But I do like to believe that there are certain people where there is more of an innate, intangible connection that you have, something that transcends logic.
Yeah, Totally. So yeah, I mean, go out there, find the love that you want, but I guess I'll ask you one more question.
Yeah.
Lust. What is the difference between lust and love?
So I think lust typically happens in relationships before love, and lust fades over time, whereas love builds over time. And you can, of course, inject lust over time back into your relationship, and ideally, especially if you are going to be married for 20, 30, 60 years, then you need to be, you know, consistently injecting that lust. But I think to me, lust is about, you know, kind of an initial excitement about someone. It's often more based on like a physical connection. And it could be more kind of attraction related in terms of like physical experience and the initial kind of connection that you have. Whereas to me, love is something that is deeper, that takes longer to develop, and that is often more meaningful and that's more lasting. Because I think if I had to choose which one would I rather have when I'm 90 years old and sitting on a rocking chair on my porch with my husband drinking like iced tea or lemonade, I would want to have the love, not the lust.
Totally. I'd want to be just madly in love,
Yes.
but it does take time. Have the patience to let love evolve because anything worth it takes time.
Yes.
You know, so hopefully we've given you a little bit of insight on what the difference between lust, love, being in love is, and figure out what you want and what kind of love you are looking for, because you deserve it and you deserve everything that you'd ever want in your life. So I hope you find what you're looking for, and I love you. Bye.
Bye.